So 8th May 2020. It was around 7 p.m. in the evening. I was sleeping and a call from my co-founder woke me up. My room was filled with darkness and only the light from that flashing screen of my mobile was visible to me. Me and my co-founder talked for around half an hour that how we are planning to save our already failing startup from this COVID outbreak. After the call ended, I pulled down the notification bar on my phone and there was one notification. It was a WhatsApp message from one of my coaching class teacher. It read that IIM Bangalore admission results are out. What's your status? And just below that there was another notification, an email message with the subject line PGP IIM B 2020 offer of admission. Oh, I still remember that moment. My heart skipped a beat. I went crazy, shouting, hooting. Everything was blurry in front of my eyes. My mom thought for a moment that what's wrong with this guy? And when I revealed her the news, there were tears in her eyes. Getting into IIM Bangalore was first success of my life. Now everyone has a different definition of success. For me, it was breaking that middle class curse. Now why I call it a curse? Because middle class is just not a lifestyle. It's a mentality. It's a vicious cycle in which you are stuck. And I wanted to break this cycle by any means possible. So why getting into IIM B was such an iconic moment for me? Because there were a series of unpleasant events that led me to this moment. I experienced a lot of failures which was not visible to the outside world. Why so? Because failure for an individual is a very personal thing. We don't go around announcing about our failures on social media. That's why you just see the success of the people around you and not what they have been through. So this is our topic for today, importance of failure. And you might be wondering that if this is the topic, then why did I start by telling about my success story? Why not start by telling about my failures? Because everyone loves a good success story, but failures, nah. We are neither interested in listening them and nor interested in experiencing them. Because as I told you before, this is the middle class mentality. It teaches us that failure is bad. And when I realized this fact, I decided that in order to break this vicious cycle, I need to get rid of this mentality. And at that point, I understood the importance of failure. How? Let me tell you about my past. My first failure came as a form of breakup. Now you see, that's the beauty of failures. It can happen in your career, your relationship, your love life, or even in your friendships. My second failure came when I wasn't able to get admission in MTech in any of the top IITs or get a good job in a public sector unit because I didn't score well in a particular entrance exam. So two back-to-back failures, first my breakup and now this. I was devastated. Someone suggested me that you should take a hobby in order to distract yourself. I decided to read self-help books. And during that process, I came across a quote from a book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That quote said that every failure, every heartache brings with it a seed of an equal or greater benefit or an opportunity. And I was wondering what benefit my heartache will bring to me. I didn't understand at that moment. Fast forward 1 year, I was addicted to reading self-help books and it was reflecting in my personality. I had a different thought process, my work ethics has improved, my confidence has improved and everything was going great. I realized that my interest lies in startups, entrepreneurship, business, and marketing. But I wanted to apply my theoretical knowledge in the practical world. So I decided to join a network marketing team and do part time sales of an FMCG company with a goal, with a dream to build a big network. This I continued for around 1.5 years, but only to see failure at the end. That was my third failure. But by this point of time, I understood that in order to achieve success, I need to double the rate of my failures, as said by Thomas J. Watson. My goal was clear, my aim was clear that I want to pursue a business career. I started building my startup, but simultaneously, I was also preparing for CAT in order to get admission in a good B school. But doing so required me to quit my job. And believe me, that giving up a source of income is not a easy decision, especially if you come from a middle class family. But at that point of time, my dad supported me, and he told me that you have 1 year to prove yourself. Long story short, my startup failed, but my plan B worked, and I cracked CAT and got admission in IIM Bangalore, and today I am here. So what have you learned from my story? Just go back a couple of minutes and reflect. We often are afraid to experiment with our careers because of the fear of failures. But even though if it is not normalized in our Indian society, failures brings a lot of benefits with them. It gives you knowledge, it gives you experience, it builds resilience and teaches you the real meaning of growth and value. So I would like to depart by giving you some closing thoughts. I would suggest you to keep experimenting. Go ahead and try different business careers or whatever career you feel that you fit in. And a pandemic cannot stop you from building a great future if you see failures as a part of your career building process and try to accept them with an open heart. Thank you.